Right. There we go. We're live and direct. Good morning. All right, let's see where we are. Now, if there's anything I need to do there, get all that squared away. At this point, I'll leave that out. Oops. Hey, Austin. Good morning. How are you? Doo-doo. Yo, how's the first day back? Boy, you want to go deep, don't you, Ken? First of all, good morning, my friend. How are you feeling? Let's start with that. Oop. Here's a place I just don't even care about. Like right now, I'm ramping here a little bit. Don't care. The underside is not going to be seen much. I'm going to paint it, but it's not going to be seen much. Oops, new topic. Oh, no, no, no. No, you generally, I would have no problem in filling you in. I do want to start with, how are you feeling? Because that to me is a little bit more important. Your health matters. And then once I hear from you, I'll fill you in. All right. I'm doing okay. Still waiting surgery, yeah. But you've got a date now, right? Is that correct? That's the important thing. All right. So returning to work was rather entertaining. We'll give you that. Um, it started with, it's interesting once again, I've got to just kind of say it the way it is, that I think that the employees of the company that I work for have more of an interest in the success of the company than the owner does. So as we try to find strategies for how to um, improve the company, he's on vacation. I get it. He's not responding to emails, not getting back to people. Um, One of our senior engineers about to go and to have some surgery, and that means that we're like our workforce is kind of getting a little reduced, and it's like we should not be in a place where we should be thinking now, oh crap, how are we going to take care of some of this work that's going to be done, that we're losing a very vital person in our organization for 3 weeks. So the owner's not there. And of course, for me, this is very important conversation. Our strategic alliances with some of our vendors, I think, is another big one that we need to kind of figure out soon. And where we stand in the marketplace, I think, is important. Conversations that we as employees have, and the owner doesn't. He's just not involved. He doesn't think in those terms. Just cannot think in those terms. All right. I think that's good enough. And I don't really care anymore because, frankly, the underside of this thing is not going to be seen. So right now I'm just going to hit this thing with thin cement, and then I'm going to go in and just start drilling in and getting the barrels put in. So just to wrap up the work thing, Ken, the day actually, it started out kind of like, I as soon as I come in, I'm just feeling like automatically pretty pissed, frustrated, whatever you want to call it. Because I think we do a lot of, the people that I work with are great. But we've got leadership that's just creating more and more pain for us, and he doesn't know what to do. Morning, everyone. Morning, Ray. What's going on, brother? So you got that. And the day actually after that, after I kind of, I have a tendency now to just become really not kind in my commentary about this, because it's like it's impacting me personally. So having said all that, after we had all that, we went into our project meetings, and I got a lot of work done, so I was very happy about that. It was a very good start to the work week, and a lot of stuff got accomplished, so I'm happy. And that's all I got to say about work. Well, back in my day, I hope this email finds you before I do. Yeah. Now that's the whole thing. And Ray, I have a lot of, this is the thing about balancing between, moving, there's a business needs to balance between moving forward quickly enough to maintain its legitimacy, its relevancy, with the ability to keep your culture, the things that you've always done the way they are, so that you can remain, you keep some stability. Unfortunately, the guy who runs our company doesn't know how to do either. He wants to go back in time. Oh, back when it's like, I know what you're saying, but it's like, it doesn't matter. I hope this email finds you before I do. Yep. So that's the work front. And as one of our people said yesterday, it's interesting how much more interest we as employees have and are engaged in than the owner of the company. We have more understanding of what needs to be done to stay relevant. That's why we're wearing some new Laserdisc players, since he clearly wants to live in the past. Oh, God, no. Hey, Nick, good morning. Actually, he wants to go back to just all analog audio. It's not even Laserdisc players. I wish it was Laserdisc players, though he has worked on a few of those. And by the way, I just set up mine. I just broke out my Laserdisc player because I got a few things on there, on Laserdisc, that have never come out, I believe, on DVD. Never mind, anything else, including the old Starship Troopers anime. Don't get me wrong, it's not a good anime, but some of the mecha are pretty cool. Selling lutes and harpsichords. Good play, lutes. Bags of money. Hey, Edwin, good evening. Loots. So, anyway, it is what it is. I've always found interesting that having read From Good to Great and that series of books, that almost every company that I know of, every business, every organization that I've somehow been affiliated with, they're all really good. They all have a tendency to believe that they're great. And the difference between good and great is tremendous. Sorry, I did miss a couple spots here. The difference between good and great is tremendous. Well, 5 times, somewhat futile, but we keep doing it despite the inevitable outcome. Yeah, and that's the whole thing about, whether it's your politics or your work or whatever, your work ethic. This is something I've it's, you can sit there and get pissed off at progressive politics, at progressive work environments, like what's going on with the young generation and their the millennial view towards work ethic, which actually I think is kind of refreshing. Oh, they're lazy. No, they're not lazy. They're actually demanding that, you know what? I'm not willing to give you all this time and get nothing out of it. Literally, just a paycheck. I'm looking for more than that. And I don't blame them because they've seen their parents in that position. I realize hate recorded harpsichord piece. It sounds different somehow. Really? Live, it sounds different somehow. Oh, I love harpsichords. Yeah, harpsichords are great. And I love Bags of Loot. Listening to Bags of Loot. Lute. Anyway. But whether you like it or not, things are moving forward. This is like, I feel that same way. Got a last of my cheap AliExpress bits yesterday. A little machining, everything fits. Thank goodness for calipers. Yep. So as I'm checking for stuff coming in, so I've got 2 models that are showing up. Oh, by the way, these nippers are now up to $23. Yippee-ki-yay. They were 13, 15, 17, and now 23. I've got 2 models on order, additional ones. One is a little Meng 1/72 scale, what they call it. It's a rocket carrier, rocket. I think that's what it is. And I paid $13. It is no longer available. It's gone. It's like I looked around. It's like nobody's selling it anymore. Paid 11. Yep. So there you go. Okay. The other one is I got a Dassault 2000C fighter jet, one of the Euro fighters, and I paid 23. It's now selling for over 50, like $54, $55. It's like, what the fuck? I was looking at I was looking at another a little armored carrier. It was 17. Now it's over 35. The Great Wall makes an A10 Thunderbolt 2, right? I'm like, ooh, after having seen one down at Nîmes, I'm like, all right, I think I want to pick one of these up. It was originally selling for, with shipping, I think it came in around $45, $50, which is why I kind of held off on that one. I'm like, all right, I'll hold off. Now it's almost 90. 1/72 scale. Wow. It's like, you know what? So, to anyone who mistakenly believes that what's going on right now is not a tax on us, is lying through their fucking asses. I'm not looking to go down the politics route. I'm just saying it is, from a hobby perspective, it is impacting us. And that's me buying direct through China. I haven't even seen what companies like Sprue Brothers or any of the online guys here in the U.S. are going to be in for, with a lot of the Chinese manufacturers. Okay, let's get a drill bit. Let's get going. I'm going to find homes for a lot of these new tools. I'm going to say good afternoon. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Wasn't that a side story in Naked Lunch? Could be. Dude, is that not one of the trippiest books out there? Is that not one of the trippiest books ever? What's cooking? It's cooking good looking. I am cooking up this plane. I'm actually done with any additional work on it at this point. I'm going to just get the gun barrels in. I guess I gotta get an antenna and a pitot tube. That's what I forgot, the pitot tube. Gotta work on that. That's something I forgot. I might need another needle. I do. But let's start with the gun barrels. 1, 2, and 3. Bro's unabashedly himself. Oh, fuck yeah. Well, in Naked Lunch he was. I love the language in the book. It was a harsh fucking read. I think I read it, about a year or two ago? So it was a relatively recent read. Have you tried Legos before? Oh yeah, MSA, I've worked on Legos. In fact, my daughter is a really big Lego fan. Get to some with that in a bit. In fact, recently we picked up through our club raffle. I won a raffle where we had a VW bus. I picked up the Hasegawa. They had a Hasegawa VW bus, and part of the raffle also included the Lego version of that bus. I wanted that purely. I didn't care about the bus for myself, even though it is a cool design. I wanted to get that Lego for my daughter. So Legos taste awful. Oh, you're just not eating them right. See, you're just not putting the right stuff on them. In real life too, William told his wife. It sounds bizarre in a good way. Oh yeah, it was kind of cool. It was an interesting concept for a raffle, which I thought was great. The guy who runs our raffle at our show, at our monthly meetings, his name is Chris. He's taken it upon himself to do to do something special with it. Nobody asked him. All we asked him is, hey, can you just bring the models back and forth? Because we have a raffle every month. You sell tickets, $1 a ticket, and then for every $20 sold, we do a raffle pull. And he took it upon himself. I take it back. He originally was just, can you just bring the models back and forth to the meeting? I was like, sure. And then he took it upon himself to not only go out and buy more models that he was actively looking for deals and that kind of thing, and then to make it a even more entertaining and special thing. I think it's great. He has been instrumental in doing some really fun shit at the club. Did the old shoot the apple off your head trick, but shot his wife by accident. Yeah, I can't recall. Did she pass away? Did he kill her? I think I remember the answer to that being yes, but I could be wrong. I forgot about that. Imagine making a rifle out of Legos and using, let's say, fake robbery or prank. How about this, MSA? How about instead? How about actually using it and having it work? Given today the stuff that you can do with plastic, I'm less concerned about using it as a prop and more in terms of being able to use it to actually do some damage. So imagine. Yeah, Legos have come a long way. Dude, I grew up with that shit as a kid. And what I'm seeing today with what Legos do, it's not in the same league. She died, yeah. Bye-bye. Go to jail or much worse. Exactly. Come on. Right. Now that we're through, it's going sideways. There we go. All right, we got the 0.5. It might be, I might need to actually go to a 0.6. We'll see. We're starting with the 0.5. Anyway, happy Tuesday, everybody. How's everybody's day going so far? How's everybody else's Monday? Tiny fishing pole. RC truck now to hit the guppy pond. Nice. So, can you actually fish with that? That's kind of cool. Not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Take this up to 0.6, I think. Yeah, we'll take it up to 0.6. If memory serves, those things measured out at just about 0.5, like just over 0.5. Technically, all you need is string and a hook. The rest is all up to that talent I don't have. Yeah, nice. Yeah, fair enough. But it works. There we go. 0.6. There we go. Except that the hole, I need to, yeah, I'm going to have to come in lower on this thing. Unfortunately, I kind of came in a little too much of an angle, so now I got to just bore that out a little bit better. Oh, in flight. Planes should always be in flight, in my opinion, Peter. Always. I'm not a big fan of planes on the ground. Look, everybody's got their thing. I get it, but for me, they need to be in flight. It's another part of like what I subscribe to, which is that it's about storytelling. Gotta be real careful with this because I don't want to flex this thing and snap it. Planes should always be in flight because that tells a story. Being on the ground doesn't tell, unless you're talking about like a diorama. I know a couple people like E's brought up the fact that you can do like a diorama with it, which actually makes a lot of sense. But in terms of like you want to tell me something in a story, then put it in flight. At least that's my take on it. Anybody wants to counter that, let me know, and I'll tell you why you're wrong. Just kidding. Even if there's no pilot? No, you throw a pilot in, always. Now, in this case here, I'm not going to do a cockpit. I'm just going to smoke the inside of it. But like the bat plane, I put a pilot in. He can't own an airport. All that parking just pisses him off. You damn kids should be in the air, no sitting in the hangar playing your damn video games. Exactly. Yeah. But I think, again, adding a pilot also tells a story. So, look, this is my take on it. Yeah. I don't expect everybody's going to agree with me. I've actually talked to some guys who build planes, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't agree with that." Okay, I buy it. Have you heard of autopilot? It's called a drone now, Ray. It's called a drone. All right, let's try this now. In fact, how many planes have I done now? 1, 2, 3. Each one has a pilot. Each one is in the flying mode. This is number 4. Now, remembering that this is a needle, I should probably be careful and not to push my finger to try to push it into the plastic, because all I need is to actually have, like, if it doesn't want to go, this thing will, let's put it this way, metal and plastic versus metal and flesh, which do you think is going to give first? Unmannable aerial system or UAS. If you want to be like that. Sure, I can be like that. I may have to go up to a larger size still. So I'm at 0.6 and it's still not fitting through quite the way I want. Let's go up to a 0.7. Probably the plastic. Push really hard. Yeah, I'll push with my nice soft flesh and see what happens. Yeah, I don't think so. Granted, the tapered part that does go into your skin is no longer there. But sharp metal, yeah. Still sharp enough. At 0.5 millimeter, yeah. I don't think so. I don't think so. Ken said he'll kiss it and put a band. Yeah, I think I still have bluey bandages. Yay! I love it. Thank you, Ray. And thank you, Ken, for volunteering. Or, I'm sorry, for being volunteered. All right. Now let's try it again. I guess all the wounds I dress. Nice. That's the way it should be. Peter, just because you asked the question, I'm kind of curious. Do you agree, disagree with my point? Do you have a different take? And just so we're on the same page, I don't. Everybody's got their own view. I don't really. I can't dictate for you what you should believe. Ugh, this kind of blows though. It's still kicked out. It's still kind of like not too far. So this top one is a problem. Again, one of the benefits of scale modeling is that it doesn't have to be a one size fits all. It can always be something different for everybody. There it goes. Okay, the front one is pretty okay. Okay, you can yell at George with us. That's right. I can take it. I'm a man. Yeesh. Yeesh. Sorry, guys. Excuse me a second. I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you meddling kids. I love that line. God. It's fascinating how that's really entered our culture, because every week it's like they said the same line. And know who you look like? Tony Stark. You look like you're building an arc reactor. Oh, really, Damien? You think so? I look like Tony Stark? I don't see that. I guess if Tony Stark were old and bald, I might look like who was his partner there? Obsidian Obadiah. You know, the Jeff Bridges character, maybe him. But Tony, yeah, I don't want that. Thank you, though. Okay. All right, that's now in. That's looking much, much better. Unfortunately, it's also not going in very far. UPOS. Metal's also a great album, Jeff Daniels. When Tony Stark was building the arc reactor, he was sitting down on the table with a light. I said, I look like him. Wow. Wow. That's very nice of you to say. I guess I'll have to take a look at that. I don't be seeing that, but it's possible, I guess. Others do. interesting. I'm hitting something. And I want to be careful because I don't want to snap this thing. Watching Bad Religion live at the Palladium. Brian Baker. Looks like Nathan from South Park. I can't unsee it now. Nice. God almighty. Sorry, guys. It's taking a little bit longer. It's like I'm fighting some kind of plastic there. I mean, I guess that would kind of make sense that there would be something a little stronger there to support the construction. But boy, oh boy, that was fun. Anyway, is anybody working on anything this morning, or are you guys just watching me work on a POS model? And there it goes. I see a creepy ball of a hand. Yeah, right there. She kind of like the way that looks. My daughter made that, and that was a gift from somebody many years ago. We'll just have good places. And I got a little rock here as well for my daughter. Used to be my baby up until Sunday, 18. I'm watching you and your bad attitude. I finished the chassis on my Golf. Now I have to figure out a paint scheme. Yeah, I got a bad attitude. Piss off. And I found a replacement trunk. Oh, that's nice. Where did you find it, Damien? That's cool. Let's see. Did they actually say how far in or how far out it's supposed to stick? 2 millimeter. Oh, that's nice. A, and B. Okay, so these are supposed to come out 2. The other side's supposed to come out 4. Sure. Is that what I'm seeing? Sorry, guys. I guess I could do research if I wanted to do research, but I'm not going to do research. Oh, look at all those rivets I didn't put in. Look at all those rivets. See all those rivets there. Nope, not going in. Why? Because this thing's a POS. I forgot store. It was a hobby store for models. Oh, that's nice. So it was pretty convenient. Boo. Yeah, not worth it, Nick. I agree. This thing, not worth it. Yeah, I got to get the Pitot tube and the antenna on here. Shit. Fuck. Oh, well. I'll work on those. I'm going to get these things done first. Then we'll work on the other two. There we go. Oh, shit. Damn it. It's that time. Gotta start getting ready to bail on out of here. My daughter does have a late start this morning, but still. So let's get your measuring stick, otherwise known as a ruler. That's a little too much. Fortunately, now it's magnetized. The tweezers are magnetized, so we got to be careful with that. Un momento. Two mil. Come on, the truck's got broke. The truck's cab, yeah, broke. Anyone know what happened to Hi Craig? I am looking forward to recreate his scribing jig. Does he? Is he not anymore on? He had a website. Was it through Shopify? Come on, the truck's cab broke already. Yeah. All right, we got one barrel in. Let's get the next one in. I'm gonna get all of these in first, and then I'm gonna call it a session. So it's not there anymore. Interesting. That sucks. Yeah, because those scribing jigs are great. There we go. 2 mil. Thinking those are looking pretty straight on. Yeah, close enough. Wanted to see if I actually had the packaging for the scribing jigs, but I guess I don't. Yeah. That stinks because the stuff that he made was great. Those things have come in plenty of times. Been very, very handy. All right, this one's 4 millimeters out. Hey, Dwayne. Good morning. Home and tired. Oh God. Yeah, Dwayne, are you actually even on right now? I'm impressed. I really remember download the STL files, but can't find it. Only found the vent jig and sand. I didn't think he actually released the STL files. I thought he only sold them. Oh shit. I thought he only sold them, but I could be wrong. This may require. Okay, get the fuck off my finger. This one requires, I think, a little bit more boring. Yeah, this thing is kicking out, I think, a little too much. Let me just keep looking at this for a second. Yeah, maybe not. It's hard to tell. I just woke up trying to force a return to ES. Yeah. Wow. Well, welcome back. Good to have you back. Oh, shite. That was a mistake. Let's try this again. Sorry, I touched the other side, which is like a mistake. I think that's good. Chuck does a little picture was. Now I'm being a detective and try to search for any clue of the number of Jake. The other thing you can try to do, Edwin, is see if he's still on Instagram, and if he is, see if he's got a link to any of that on his Instagram page. Maybe it's been relocated. Cab. But I would absolutely encourage people to look at his stuff without a doubt. Without a doubt. That'll do. Good enough. Let's pack it up. Cab, truck. Yeah, same thing. Yep. I need to get a new one. A entire new model? Okay. I guess that could work. All right, so real quickly. Let's see if I can get this thing to focus. There's the 1 and the 2. So on this side, they're supposed to be sticking out 2 millimeter. On the other side, they're supposed to be sticking out. The 1 is supposed to stick out 4 millimeter. Okay. So I think we got all that squared away. They've been CA'd into place. How do they look? They look okay. Perfect? No. Close enough? Yes. There we go. Okay. So with that, those are going to sit there. I remade the straight jig now. Looking forward to make the 45. Yeah, those are really good. Time for paint. Getting very close. I've got to get the Pitot tube on here and the antenna, and then it should be all set. Yes. Yeah. All right, guys. Time for me to roll here. Yeah, there we go. Stay safe and stay sane, everybody. Thanks for being on this morning. I do appreciate it. Good morning conversation. Time flew like that. I love when we do that. All right, this thing will be probably, I'm guessing the construction on this thing will be done in the next few days, and then we'll go from there. See ya. Later, Dwayne. Later, Nick. George doesn't paint. Yeah, painting's for losers. Or you turn it over to somebody else. Anyway, guys, go do good out there. Enjoy the day as much. Guns look good. They look pretty good. And I appreciate it again, Ken. Those things definitely, they were spot on. Exactly what this model needed. So thank you. Anyway, guys, enjoy the day. Do good. Brighten the world as much as you possibly can. It's getting nuttier by the day. But at the same time, Liberal Party won in Canada. Anyway, do good. Enjoy. Brighten the world as much as you can. Make somebody's day a better day, not a miserable day. Put a smile on somebody's face. I'll be back on tomorrow, same time, same channel. Enjoy, everybody. Love you all, and I'll catch you on the flip. Peace.